Hello, hi everyone. Good evening and welcome back to Women of Essence series. I am Yamaayah Subadev, a student, a home tutor, and a model and actress by passion. And today we are going to talk about Women of Fitness, a topic brought to you by BK Nair Resources. Now, BK Nair Resources is the most comprehensive consulting company in working with individuals, businesses, industries, universities, schools, government, and organizations, conducting seminars, workshops, special programs for governmental and non-governmental organizations, locally and internationally, all relating to physical, social, psychological, and aesthetic aspects of personal appearance and self-presentation in all ways. And now, Women of Essence series itself aims to bring in individuals from various walks of life to come in and provide workshop for the underprivileged women, at the same time featuring interesting personalities to share with us various insights of womanhood. Now, just before we begin, I would love to humbly request a kind assistance from all of you to share this live session to your friends and family with the hope the itineraries of today's talk will be beneficial to many. Now, regarding about today's talk, if I want to lose weight and tone up, should I be doing more weights or more cardio? Can I strength train to get rid of my belly fat or tighten up my upper arms? If I lift too heavy of a weight, will I get bulky muscles? Now, these are quite some of the doubts that many of us will have, especially women who would have thought before beginning our fitness journey. And many times we have always dreamed about achieving our ideal body goals, but we fail because of all these thoughts that became a built in barrier in letting us to kickstart our fitness journey. So, in regard to that, we have invited Ms Josephine Yeong, who is the first and only female to be awarded the IFBB Pro in Malaysia. She is a certified Pilates instructor, a body transformation and physics specialist, as well as a certified precision nutrition coach. Now, let me bring her in our broadcast stream. Hi, Miss.
Hi. Hello
Hi.
everyone. Hi, Yamaya.
Hi, Miss Josephine. How are you feeling today?
I am very good and thank you for inviting me today.
It's an honor for us to have you on our platform today. Now, just a little introduction about Miss Josephine to our dear viewers. She is truly passionate about fitness and nutrition, and she have conducted many online and offline classes. She works very hard to drive health improvement, and her main goal is to make differences in people's life. She also truly believes that there's so much more to weight training than just vanity, and believe it empowers people to take control of their life and give them a daily sense of accomplishment and a healthy awareness of how everything they do and consume directly affects their minds and body. So that's a very great introduction about you, Ms. Josephine. And
Thank you.
maybe it will be great to hear from you itself on a little introduction about yourself and how did you gain the passion to pursue in the fitness industry.
Yeah, actually, Yamaya already gave me a great introduction. I don't think I need to add more. So, just a very simple one. I am the first IFBB Pro in Malaysia. Just for people who do not know what is IFBB Pro, basically, it is a very prestigious and renowned bodybuilding federation. So, I am a bodybuilding competitor and I got my professional card. Yeah, so I'm the only female in Malaysia currently holding the IFBB professional card. So besides that, I'm also a Pilates instructor, personal trainer, and also a nutrition coach. So your question just now, how I get into fitness?
Yes, yes.
This is a very good question because a lot of people who know me probably for the past 5 to 10 years, probably you all know me as a fitness trainer. But
Yep.
actually, my how I actually found my passion in fitness was because that when I was younger, I was a chubby girl. So have
Okay.
always been a chubby girl, like genetically, because my mom is like also like obese. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
always brought up the way that I'm chubby and I have very low self-esteem actually. So
Okay.
but I love dancing. So when I was actually, before I became a personal trainer, a fitness trainer, I'm actually a dancer. I'm a professional dancer,
Wow.
but I was a chubby dancer. So I've, like, for years and years, I've been trying to find a way to lose weight because you want to be on stage, you want to look good, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
because of me being chubby, I always have very low self-esteem. And finally, I just went to the gym, and then I just do some simple weightlifting, and then I
Mm-hmm.
started seeing result. That is when I figure out that, okay, weightlifting probably is the only way that helped me to lose the weight. So
Yes.
therefore, from there onwards, I did a lot of research. I went to study different certification to make sure I gain all the knowledge, because I've spent years doing the wrong thing. And
Okay.
now it's time, once I get the result already, it's time for me to
Mm-hmm.
share to more people, because a lot of people was like, they are like me, what I used to think, like
Yeah.
probably like a wrong way of dieting, the wrong way of exercising that doesn't give me good results. So that is why I became very passionate. I want to share the knowledge out to more people. Yeah, that's how it started.
That's a wonderful introduction, Ms. Josephine. It's great to know that you was a dancer. I'm also a little bit passionate about dancing. So that's incredible
Great.
how you make a pivot from dancing to fitness. And now, just like what you have said, many people would have just undergone the same situation that you did, and you wanted to help them. So that's a great motive. And as we see nowadays, fitness has become a trend, and many people are very enthusiastic about it. But just as much, like you have told, like you have done a lot of research, so that must be a lot of mistakes and lessons that you have yourself learned and go through. And what do you think that all these starters, people who are very enthusiastic in fitness, and they start to rush into, without knowing the fundamentals, so what do you think that they are lacking to understand what is fitness really about?
Hmm. Um, First of all, I want to say that it's a very good thing that actually nowadays people are more aware of fitness.
Yeah.
They are more willing compared to like 10, 20 years back. People are not
Yeah.
so active as, like right now because of the
Hmm.
MCO. Actually, it's a positive thing that because
Yeah.
of the MCO, people started thinking about, okay, I think I should start exercising. I think I should eat better, which is very good.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so if you are starting your fitness journey, continue doing it. But yeah, like you say just now, a lot of people make mistakes. And why? The first thing you need to, when you want to start your fitness journey, if you're enthusiastic with fitness, you need to ask the question, why do you actually want to do it? Yeah,
Yes.
so a lot of people do not ask the question why they want to do it, and they just see their friends doing it. They have some free time, and then they
Yeah.
just do it. Yeah, so you
Or they
need to
either
ask.
fall into trend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, falling into trend, right? So
Yeah.
that is dangerous, because that means it's not going to be consistent. You need to find the
Mhm.
reason why actually you want to start that. Yeah, without the why, you will give up at some point. Yeah, because
Yes.
life is going to get difficult. You are going to get busier, and things happen, and then you will just stop. So you need to make sure you find the why, and then the next thing you need to find is, what is your goal? Yeah, the
Mhm.
goal is very important, what you want to achieve. So a lot of people, when they start their fitness journey, they just do whatever they want, right?
True.
They just
True.
saw, they just see this like video. They see a lot of like fitness influencer. They say, I think I want to look like that. I'll follow exactly what they do. Actually, that is that you shouldn't think that way. You should find your own goal, how you want to look, or what you want to achieve at the end of the day. Because once you find your goal already, then the entire fitness plan is going to be very different.
True.
Yeah, it's going to be very different. Yeah, because if your goal is to lose weight, you need a different plan. If your goal is to gain more muscle, that is another different plan. So you need to find out what exactly that you want to achieve. Yeah, the next thing will be finding the right plan for you. Yeah, so a lot of people, they just do it. They do not
Yes.
know whether that exercise program is going to give them benefit or not. They just see people
Very
doing
true.
it and then they just do it.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think that will be the main problem, main mistake that people are doing. Yeah.
True. Thank you, Ms. Josephine. I think you have highlighted the very important point of us getting mixed up by not knowing what do we really want, by not knowing our actual body goals. And in fact, I was one of Ms. Josephine's student, and I learned from her about this, knowing my goal first, which is very true because previously, even before I started, I was one of that normal individual who thinks that fitness is all about just going and losing weight, and I'll start doing something and then I'll check on myself, nothing is happening. So that was me initially a few years back. And I wouldn't be shy to say that because now I understand how crucial it is to make sure to know my goals at that particular time and what to achieve. I hope this will be beneficial to the viewers too. And moving on to the next question. Now, you have given us the basic fitness fundamental that we should know before kickstarting fitness. Now, there are certain myths that comes into like those who are working out individually, independently. Uh, sometimes they feel like when they sweat, they would follow the online workouts or from whichever workouts that they are following, and they feel like if they are sweating, they are working out well. We have this conception in mind. And is that the only way? I mean, is sweating really, does sweating really identify or prove that we are really working out?
That is probably one of the biggest myths in the world.
Yes, yes.
So actually sweating doesn't mean
Mhm,
that you are burning fat at
mhm,
all. It has nothing to do with your fat.
mhm,
Sweating basically only means that you are losing the water from your body. Yeah,
mhm,
so that is all. So is you are drinking water and then you just sweat, or you go to toilet and then you just pee it out, right? That's
mhm.
all. Yeah. Or so sweating actually don't mean anything at all. It just basically why your body is sweating is just it is helping you to cool down your body.
True.
Yeah, that's the only function why you are sweating while you're exercising. So that is a very wrong concept when somebody thinks that, oh, if I sweat a lot means I'm burning a lot of fat.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is completely wrong. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, because I mean, many of us usually fall into that trap. And in fact, previously, before I got to know this, I would agree that I'm one of them who, feel like, okay, I sweated enough. That means I worked out enough. So it's quite a big myth that many of us still hold on to. And moving on to the next question, there's also another myth. The six pack means a person is really fit,
Six pack.
having the
The
six
six pack.
pack, following the trend. Yeah.
Um, Actually, I would say no. It
Mhm.
doesn't mean that you are fit when you have a six pack. So, six
Mhm.
pack basically is telling you that your body fat percentage is very low. That's why the six pack is showing up. Actually, everybody have six pack. No matter
Mhm.
how big, small, fat, or skinny you are, everybody have six pack. That is a basic human anatomy. Like you have the muscle. You need to have that six pack muscle in your body
Yeah.
to do your everyday life, like all
True.
the movement and all that things. Yeah, so the having a very defined six pack, it just means that you have very low body fat percentage, and it doesn't mean that you are fit actually, because especially for ladies, if you have the very defined six pack, right, usually it is not healthy for women. Why? It's
Mhm.
because the female body requires more fat, because
Yeah.
it's a natural human anatomy, that because we have the female reproductive system, we need
Yeah.
to have more fat to encourage the reproductive system to be normal. So when your body fat is very low that time, you will start to have hormone problems. Yeah,
Mhm.
your hormone will start changing. You might miss your menstrual, or your menstrual is just not going to be regular, or you're going to have heavy flow, or sudden flow that is very, very little. There's going to be a lot of health condition that might happen if your body fat is too low. Yeah, so for a female, that's why every time when I have a lot of clients who come to me and say, oh, I want to get a six pack, I want to get a six pack. I always ask them, why you want to get a six pack? Tell me a good reason why you need to get a six pack. And
Must be
usually
the
they will tell me,
trend.
yeah, it's a trend. Usually they tell me, that, well, because I see all the fitness influencer, they
Mm,
have six pack.
yeah.
It looks very nice, so I want it. So I'll always explain to them, yes, it looked nice, but is that something you are willing to sacrifice to get the six pack? Another thing is to get the six pack is actually a very, very hard journey. You need to really diet down a lot, and you need to exercise a lot. Yeah, unless you have great genetic, that's another story. But if you're not, you look at yourself now. I don't have a
Yeah.
six pack, even though I'm dieting. I still don't have a six pack.
Yes.
Probably you just forget about the six pack, getting
Mm-hmm.
healthy and, like not having a big tummy, that is
Mm-hmm.
already a good start. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
don't need to have that
Mm-hmm.
six pack. I would say, ladies, having that two lines, that's good
Yeah.
enough. That is like
Yeah.
having the two lines basically is telling you that your body is at a body fat level percentage that is healthy and is very fit. Yeah, you don't need that six pack. Yeah.
Okay, it's quite
Mm.
optimal. That's a great knowledge actually that you have shared to us, and I believe many of them still is living in the myth that when we achieve that six pack, then only we are skinny. Maybe because the trend, what is going on viral on the social media, and we fail to understand what is real. So thank you for addressing that. And
Yeah.
coming to the point, you have did mention that knowing like some of our genetic, when you talk about genetic, and it's easier to get six pack, and also I believe sometimes a women's body is not all of us have the same body. So this question just came up in my mind: how does body, the type of body, like what are the type of body, and how do we need to determine the type of the body, and
Mhm.
maybe you can describe, and what type of fitness will work along with that, like how can we identify the type of our body?
Okay, so basically there's three types of body, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the first type is called the ectomorph. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
ectomorph is basically the skinny girl type, okay? The skinny
Mm-hmm.
type. When you look at somebody, uh, they are very long and lean. They're usually very tall, and they
Mm-hmm.
have very long limbs, and they have very slim structure. So those are
Yeah.
called as ectomorph. The second type is called the mesomorph. Mesomorph is the type that you look at them, look at their figure. They are the hourglass figure, and usually they
Mm-hmm.
look quite fit, quite athletic. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and the third type is the we call it endomorph, or you see we call it as an apple shape or
Yeah.
triangle shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so majority of female have the apple shape. We are majority have the endomorph. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
but these three can actually cross over sometimes. It's not like for sure that you're going to be one type only. Sometimes it can cross over depending
Mm-hmm.
on your exercise that you are doing, your
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle, and of course your genetic makeup itself also. Yeah, so there's these three types. So what type of exercises you should do is like, so if you are a skinny person, usually a skinny person wants to gain a little bit more weight. They want to have
Yes.
that hourglass
Yes.
look,
Yeah.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
for people like this, you need to make sure you do a lot of weight training, strength training, because the only way that can help you to get the hourglass figure is just to put on some muscles so that it gives you that shape. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it gives you that shape. So you need, because if you see your friends or your family who have that shape,
Mm-hmm.
usually they are a bit weaker. It's just
Okay.
genetic. I'm just not
Yeah.
talking about they're weak, but then
Yeah.
usually their muscles are a bit weaker, like
Okay.
like they probably cannot um carry heavy stuff too much. Yeah.
Okay.
So therefore, you need to actually improve in that. Yeah. You need to
Mm-hmm.
lift some weights so that you get the ideal body, which is the hourglass body.
Yeah.
And for the hourglass body, actually you can do whatever you want. That is like the greatest genetic lah. That is like
Yeah.
God given, like okay. So you can do anything, but of course you want to keep it balanced. You want to still do your cardio. You still want to do your weightlifting. Do your like anything you want to keep yourself fit and healthy. Now, what about those people with the apple shape, with the endomorph genetic? Now, these people tend to uh, get store fat easily. These are the people who tend to store fat easily. So you want to make sure that in your diet also you want to eat food that is low in fats or lower in carbs, so that you can maintain the shape. You won't be able you won't gain so much fat. Yeah, genetically they're just easy to store fat in your body. So you want to take care of your diet. In terms of exercise, you want to make sure you do a mixture of um, weight training. You want to gain the muscles to help you to burn fat, as well as do cardio also to help you to encourage your body to lose and burn the fat. Yeah.
I think that was a great knowledge for everyone. In fact, I think many wouldn't know the body type. I think that's something that is very basic, fundamental, but many wouldn't have known this. We need to follow our fitness type of workout based on the body type, as a fundamental. Now, you did mention about lifting weights. So let's come to the next myth regarding about that. Now, many women always put themselves like a built-in barrier, stop themselves from lifting weight because they have this myth called their body will be bulky. It will be like a
Yeah.
man kind of thing, because maybe that's what being portrayed by the social media, by the by the television and so forth. So, what do you have to say about this?
I would say 10 years ago, I think the same too. 10 years ago, before I step into the gym and start lifting
Yeah.
weights, I would think the same too. If I'm going to lift weights, I'm going to look like a man, I'm going to become bulky. But of course, after years of experience and also like doing a lot of research and reading and all that stuff, it is impossible for a female to look like a man or even be bulky. It's very, very tough, because a female body just do not have enough of the male hormone. We do not have the testosterone to allow your body to grow that much of muscle. So don't be afraid to go to the gym and lift weights, because like seriously, like even if you train like 5 10 years in the gym lifting heavy weights. I've been training in the gym for 6 years, I think. Yeah, this year is the 6 years of me um training heavy, lifting heavy weights, but still I do not look like a man. It is very, very,
Yes.
very tough to gain muscles. Actually, for ladies it's very tough to gain muscle, because to be able to gain muscles you require testosterone, which is the male hormone, and the female body just do not generate enough of the male hormone,
Restaurants.
the
Yeah.
testosterone. So you will never going to look like a man. You're not going to look bulky. What is going to happen to your body is you will look fit, you will look toned. Yeah, so that's it. So
Toned and
and
firm.
yeah, yeah, and besides that also, actually lifting weights is going to help you to burn fat. Yeah, it's very important. A lot of people do not know this. They just thought that okay, if I gain muscle means that I look toner, but not
Yeah.
just that. It actually helps you to burn fat. A lot of people choose to burn fat by doing cardio, right? But after you do your finish your cardio, you come off out of your treadmill, your fat burning effect actually stop. Whereas if you do weightlifting, your muscles will help you to burn fat 24 hours a day. So it is very good. That's how I discovered like wow, like how I get addicted to lifting weights also, because I myself I saw the result. Yeah. I saw the result in myself as well. Like whenever I start to lift weight, I started losing weight. I started losing fat, not weight. Yeah. Mm.
Okay, that's nice. In fact, I'm learning today that lifting weights actually really help us to burn more cardio. Maybe something that I would want to try. But
Yes, you
yeah,
should.
but coming back again to lifting weights. when we look, I have heard certain and have read certain articles that say now if we lifting weights can possibly cause like injuries or maybe infertility or even suffer from stunted growth. In fact, that some of them have even told me. So, is this really true, or maybe is that certain control, or we need to know certain basic fundamental before we start lifting weight to know how extreme we can go? Yeah.
Yeah. The truth to be told is whenever you're going to exercise, whenever you're going to do sports, you're going to have a risk of injuring yourself. No matter
Yeah.
what sports, even the professional athletes, they all injured themselves, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we need to know that like uh, we can't we can't stop injury from happening, but
Mm-hmm.
we can prevent that from happening. Yeah, so how to prevent that from weightlifting is actually you must make sure that you start slow. That's it. You need to start slow, so you need to
Mm-hmm.
understand your body, how your body respond. So always, if you're a first timer, go to the gym, right? You make sure you lift the lightest weight first. Okay. Well, then after you try the light weights and you feel like, I think I can go for more, then you need to slowly increase and then increase and increase and increase. So you just want to make sure that you are not lifting the weights too heavy, that something that your body cannot support. Yeah, so that is the way to prevent yourself from getting injury. Yeah, like I said before, like it is very, we can only prevent that from happening even like at home. Like I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
many of you actually at home also you can pull yourself, right? Like you pull your
Yes.
neck while you're
Yes.
sleeping.
Yeah.
So it is very hard to say when you are lifting weights. Like any exercise, even people doing yoga also, they can hurt themselves.
Yeah.
So it is actually quite sad that a lot of people giving bodybuilding the bad name that if you lift weights,
Mm-hmm.
then you're going to hurt yourself. It's just that if
Mm-hmm.
you do not lift properly, you do not lift progressively, yes, you will hurt yourself. So you just need to make sure that you start slow. Another thing about like infertility and all that, it is a myth. There's nothing to do with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, actually, if you lift weights, so if you lift weights, you are able to engage more of your pelvic floor muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, especially when you are lifting heavy weights, when you are doing some compound movements such as squats and deadlift and all that stuff, your entire core has to work together to help you to support the weight and support your body. You will actually have stronger pelvic floor muscles that will
Mm-hmm.
actually help when you are having a baby, when you're pregnant. That will actually, having a good pelvic floor muscles are
Mm-hmm.
going to help you with your pregnancy. So it's actually, I do encourage people to like lift weights. Yeah. So it will not cause infertility.
Thank you, Ms. Josephine, for actually explaining on that because I think it's also crucial for us to break the misconception that people have regarding about lifting weights, and it's also very important for them to do is start slowly and then level up, not directly throw yourself into extreme just because lifting weights help and not to directly do it extremely. I think
Yes.
it's a phase, it's a journey. Um, and moving on, before we move on next, we did receive a question regarding about exercise from Racing Lim. Hi Josephine, does plank and push-ups help in burning fats or more to building muscles?
Very good question. Um, Plank and push up help in both burning fat and building muscle. Actually, it's both. So it's it's a very gray area. Whenever you talk about exercise, right, it's a very gray area. So what do you mean by burning fat? Burning fat means you have to do a lot of times. You just, as soon as you do a lot of time for a long period of time, then you will be able to burn fat. So it really depends on how many times you are doing the push-ups, how long are you going to do the plank. It all depends on that. Yeah, so yeah, it does help with burning fat. It also helps with building muscles. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it helps with building muscles also, because when you're doing push-ups, you definitely need to use your arm strength, you need to use your chest strength, and also of course your plank, your arms, your core, your back
Yeah.
muscles, everything have to work together. But to a certain level, at a certain stage, your muscle building will kind of stop. You will, yeah, because it's already to the maximum. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me explain a little bit more why. When you first starting to, you're just starting to, you're just starting your fitness journey,
Mm-hmm.
it will definitely help you to build muscle because previously you have no muscles, right? You have
Yeah.
like very little muscles. Now you are doing something, your muscles will grow. But after you do it for a very long time, let's say 3 months, 6 months down the road, you will stop seeing the muscle building because your body will adapt to it already. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
what if you want to continue building muscle, then that is a time that you need to start lifting weights. Yeah, that is why we always encourage lifting weights because you can always add the weights and encourage the to challenge the muscles to grow more and more and more. So the muscle building requires challenge. The muscles needs to be challenged.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be hard. If you finish your workout and you feel like, okay, like I never do anything,
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
then you're not pushing yourself hard enough. So if you want to build muscles, you need to feel your muscles are working and is working hard. Yeah.
Mhm. That's a very good explanation, Ms. Josephine. I hope that answers the question very simply. Moving on next, we'll go to the next phase regarding about nutrition and fitness. Now we all know nutrition is very connected with fitness. Now we would like to hear it from you, your take about what is the connection between nutrition and fitness as a whole. As you are a precision nutrition coach yourself, and I think it will be best for us to hear it from you. So, what is your take on this?
Okay, nutrition is very, very important. Like we all trainers, we always say nutrition is 70%, your
Mhm.
exercise is 30%. Yeah, that's how important nutrition is. Why? Because no matter what exercise you do, after you finish your exercise, you need the nutrition to feed your body, to
Mhm.
refuel the energy. So therefore, nutrition play a very, very important role. Yeah, and the stuff that you eat, the carbs, the protein, and the fats, you need to have a good ratio, good amount. And of course, you cannot forget about the vitamins and also minerals. You need to have good nutrition. Then only your body is able to function properly. Yeah, so nutrition is very, very important. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. And I think it's a basic knowledge that everyone know. It's important. But then here comes the problem. When it's very important, we get very mixed up with it. So many people do take nutrition as a consideration, but at the same time, we have this ideal conception that maybe because of the food classes or the pyramid, I do not know, but most of us are still into like, carbohydrate is important, protein is important, so I'm going to consume that more, and then they might still consume other food type and not knowing how to balance it, and in fact it goes way unbalanced that it seems to be balanced. So based on your experience that you have seen many kind of client and many people, how do you think that we can overcome this misconception, and how can we actually balance nutrition consumption with the type of fitness that they're doing?
Okay, to get a balanced nutrition is
Mm-hmm.
not difficult to do, but it's also pretty hard to do, especially in
Yeah.
Malaysia. I think the
Yes.
biggest problem in Malaysia is because we have so many delicious food. The
Mm-hmm.
food in Malaysia is just so good that it's very hard for people to control. Yeah,
Yes.
so yes, especially we love our Maggi goreng and nasi
Mm-hmm.
lemak and all this stuff, right? So the biggest mistake that Malaysian make is we are eating too much of carbs and
Mm-hmm.
fats. So, a very easy way for you to know how to measure a balanced diet is so if you look at a plate, right? So just pretend this is a plate, a round plate. You want to make sure that um, almost half or at least three quarter is protein. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then three quarter, not sorry, not three quarter, one third. So it's like
One
a
third.
circle here. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you draw a one third. It must be protein. One
Mm-hmm.
third is carbs, and one third is your fruits and vegetables. So that's how the easy way for you to look at how to achieve a balanced diet. So if
Mm-hmm.
you look at our normal meal, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go to a mama shop,
Yeah.
right, or any shop. You order your food like a nasi lemak, there's always more rice than the
Mm-hmm.
meat, than the
Yeah.
protein. So that is something that is very off balance. So we
Yeah.
want to try to adjust that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just need to adjust and look at your plate. Really look into your plate and see how much. Look at the portion, and you
Yeah.
want to divide everything into one third, at least. Yeah, one
Mm-hmm.
third, at least one third of protein,
Mm-hmm.
and then you separate carbs and also vegetables. Yeah. So that's how the easy way to do it.
Thank you so much, Ms. Josephine. I think that was very helpful for basic knowledge on how we can actually balance our nutrition intake on a daily basis. And to know more, of course, you guys can always text Ms. Josephine. But let's pursue to the next question. Let's proceed to the next question. Now, coming back to the part that you have mentioned on consuming protein, carb, and fruits and vegetables. Now, some people always have this. I think most women fall into this diet issue. I think now, in fact, men too are doing it, but I think women is still very extreme within us. And it can be very confusing because of the media attempts in selling ideas and products, bombarding the public with many dieting information. How can we thoroughly actually understand what are the type of diet we need to follow? Like, is it cutting off carbohydrate totally? Is it cutting off fat totally? How do we actually, as a women, not to get into bad diet idea?
Yeah, remember what we talked about before this. When you want to start your fitness journey, you need
Yes.
to know what is your goal. So
Mm-mm.
that goal is going to set what you're going to do. So it's very
Mm-hmm.
important to know what is your goal. So once you know your goal already, then you can set your plan.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people like to when they want to diet, they will immediately cut off the carbs.
Yeah.
That is something that can be very dangerous. Very dangerous to do if you cut it off entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? Number one, actually, carbs gives you energy. If you're not eating enough carbs, you tend to feel very, very tired. The
Yeah.
second thing is if you're not giving your body the carbs is a necessity. Actually, it's very important for our body. That's why when you study in school, when you study the pyramid chart of
Yes.
the food
Yeah.
pyramid, right, the carbs is at the bottom,
Yeah.
because this carbs is very important. It is very
Mm-hmm.
important to give energy even for your brain. When you want to
Mm-hmm.
think, you actually require carbs. You need
Yeah.
the energy from carbs. So cutting it entirely is going to create a lot of craving for
Mm-hmm.
your body, which will lead to you binge eating after that. Yeah.
True.
So that is going to be very dangerous. Yeah. So um there's a lot of other forms of diet. There's like intermittent fasting, there
Mm-hmm.
is vegan, there is keto diet. There is so many types of diet out there. What you need to do is you really need to do the research on what is it about. And before committing yourself into it, really ask the question of, is this going to be sustainable for me? Yeah. So I always ask my client, like sometimes they ask me, Joe, I want to try intermittent fasting. Then I will always ask, do you think it's going to be sustainable? If it's not going to be sustainable, don't do it, because it's going to have a side effect on you. Because what's going to happen is when you you break fast that time, you fast
Yeah.
for like 16 hours, right? Let's say
Mm-hmm.
you fast for 16 hours, you eat for 6 hours, you will be no, sorry, not 8 hours. Yeah, you fast for 16 hours, you eat for 8 hours. You'll be
Yeah.
eating non-stop, because your body will be craving for it, because that is something that is not sustainable for you. So that is going to be very dangerous. Or maybe you can maintain the diet very well for 3 months, let's say, and after the 3 months period you see result, you lost weight, but after that you go back to your normal life because you miss your rice so much, you miss going out with your friend, you miss, all these different food, and then you starting to eat a lot.
Yeah.
Eventually you will gain back all the weight. So
Mm-hmm.
you need to really ask yourself the question that, is this going to be something that is sustainable? If it's not sustainable, then just don't do it. The easiest way to do is always have a balanced diet. Yeah, and the best way, what is the best plan for you, is actually the plan that you can stick to it for a long period of time. Yeah, so you need to understand that when you want to choose a diet.
Thank you so much, Ms. Josephine. I think many of us face issues with actually understanding what is diet and how intermittent fasting is actually affecting us as a person.
It's not just intermittent fasting, there's a lot
Yeah,
more different
yes,
diets. Being an example.
yeah. But I think the fasting part is the easiest. We always take the shortcut, right? And we
Mm.
fail to understand that it spoils us in a long run if we are not consistent with it. And also, moving on to the next question, additionally regarding about as diet comes in, nowadays it's very famous for us to see detox drink, supplements, and of course in fitness too. We do have like protein intakes and so forth. So how actually when do we actually need to take supplements, and what are the supplements do we really require during our phase of is it during when we are lifting weight, or is it only taken based when we are advised to? Is it better that way? Or because I see a lot of people are buying into the supplement advertisement, which is not really it's not really true, and it's actually affecting people in many ways. So maybe you can give us just a basic knowledge on when exactly that we need to use supplements.
Okay, the word supplements basically means that it is a supplementation. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
first thing you need to understand that is supplements is not supposed to it's not supposed to, what do you call that word? I lost my word. It's not supposed to replace your meal.
Yeah. Yes.
I've
Yes.
got my word to replace.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not supposed to replace your meal. Then this is something that everybody must understand. So therefore, I'm a big no to
Mm-hmm.
meal replacement, because there is nothing better than getting your nutrition than from whole food, from natural
Mm-hmm.
food. It's always better to get your nutrition from whole food rather than all these supplements. So when you should take this supplement is when you know that you're not getting enough of that source of either protein, minerals, or vitamins. Yeah, that's the only time you need to take supplements. I would say vitamins are very important, multivitamins and all this stuff, because in our everyday life, like we tend to have our own eating habit, right?
Yes.
Like, so sometimes there is definitely a food group that you actually don't eat that much, or there is
Yeah.
certain food that you don't like to eat, or you like to
Mm-hmm.
eat more. You probably have you can see in your diet, it's always going in the same circle. You eat
Yeah.
the same thing over and over again in the circle. So definitely there is some nutritions that we are lacking. So getting a multivitamin is very good for you. So that's the only thing I would encourage. Now, what about protein? Protein powder, I would say you only need it if you are not eating enough protein.
Mm-hmm.
I myself, I do consume protein when I do workout. Yeah, after
Mm-hmm.
my workout, I will take protein, because why? The reason I'm taking it, because I don't eat immediately after I finish my workout. Yeah, so if you want to build muscles, right, this is another tip that. So if you want to build muscles more efficiently,
Mm-hmm.
right after you finish your workout, within 1 hour, you should consume protein to encourage the muscle growth. So I know that I will not eat within that 1 hour. Therefore, I have to drink protein shakes to allow my body to quickly absorb the protein into my muscle.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is my reason. So if you can consume protein from like your chicken, your fish, and or your eggs, or even your vegan protein, like whatever from your tofu, your beans, or
Yes.
whatever, just eat the food. You do not need to drink the protein shake. Yeah,
Mhm.
of course, protein shake have their own um, benefit because it's easy.
Yes.
The benefit of protein shake is because it's very easy and it's very
Mhm.
easy to absorb into your body, but it's not a must.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like a lot of people are taking like different types of protein as even as a meal replacement. That is something that I totally discourage. I don't encourage people to take protein as a meal replacement. Instead, you should eat real food.
Yeah.
Just now also you mentioned about
Mhm.
detox juice and all this stuff.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
a very interesting one.
Mhm.
There is no such things called as detox juice,
Mhm.
okay? Because
Mhm.
juice basically cannot help you to detox.
Mhm.
Yeah, because your body actually have its own mechanism to detox, which is your kidney. Okay, your kidney helping you to detox every single day. The
That's
only
very
thing you need is drink water. The only thing you
yes.
need is actually to drink water to flush out, right? To flush out all the toxic from your body. So you do not need to drink detox juice to help you to detox. Detox juice is basically something that they're just trying to sell you something and earn your
Yes.
money. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all it does. And of course, it helps you to lose weight, right? People will argue and say, "Oh, it helps me to lose weight." Yeah, of course, because you're not eating, right? You're not eating. Of
You
course, you're
feel
going to
full
lose
after
weight.
consuming that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it has a lot of fiber, right? You feel very
Mm.
full. But it's actually, if you are going to drink water, drink a lot of water and get some vegetables and eat fruits, you are going to get the same result. You don't need to go and buy that detox juice. It just costs so much. It's like, 2, 3 times more than you buying the
A good
real
food. Yeah.
vegetables and
Yes.
fruits. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true because I've been seeing just too much of them coming at the ad, especially during this pandemic. And despite I think some people are doing responsibly. They do explain what is the purpose. I think most of the time, most of the ads are filling it, and it's great that you have actually acknowledged what is different and what people need to know, what is real and
Yeah,
what
and
is not.
yeah, and just now I just saw an advertisement on like some protein drink, like a
Mhm.
milk, like that, like a small bottle of milk. They
Mm.
say that if you drink this protein, you are going to lose weight. You're going to get a six pack. It doesn't work that way. It's like after
Yeah.
drinking that thing, right? It wouldn't help you to lose weight.
Mm.
It might help you to lose weight if you drink that protein and then you stop eating junk food. If you
Yes.
stop eating junk food but you eat that, yes, you're going to see result. But if you keep eating junk food and you also drink that protein or drink the detox juice, it will never work. Yeah. Just go back to
That
basic. The body is very simple. Just go back to basic. Do not eat junk food, eat whole food, and then
yes.
that's it.
That's a great takeaway, I believe, for everyone. And I hope those advertisement company don't find me later for
Luckily, I
asking
didn't
this
mention
question.
any brand, right?
Yeah, thankfully. But this the truth. And I think just as much as the social media is very important, I think it's very important for us to use it with to gain the best out of it, but not to get bought into all these fake advertisement that might just ruin your body in a long time. Um, Now, I think I have a lot of questions to ask regarding about nutrition, but yeah, we just have a very short time. But we have another phase to cover, which will be the body image and fitness. I think I'll come into that. But to those of you who have a lot of other doubts and queries on nutrition, feel free to ask Ms Josephine, and let's maybe in upcoming sessions we would have with you. But let's move on to the next phase, which would be body image and misconception. Sorry, body image and its connection with fitness. Now, body image has led to many multiple misconceptions, including in terms of diet conception, and the type of physical activities of an individual do. So, Amy, as in your experience that you have met many people, you have trained many of them. Now, how would you think that body image influence the fitness that we do, based on your
Um,
perspective?
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Body image, as in the body, like what that person think. Is
Yeah,
that what you
like
mean?
yeah, like maybe I know people come saying that some people may stop themselves. Uh, like they might find they want to achieve, like coming back to earlier that we have mentioned,
Mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
social media trend. Achieving that type of body only will make me very fit. So that's all includes in the body image. So besides that, what are other things or misconception that people have in mind in terms of how they should look, and how does fitness will help them in improving themselves?
Okay. I think a lot of ladies, especially ladies, face a lot of body image
Mm-hmm.
issue. Yeah. So because of social media, you keep looking at all these fitness influencer, they have like six packs and all this
Yeah.
stuff. A lot of young girls especially, they will force themselves into like extreme diet. I have a client actually came to me and told me that, Josephine, can you talk to my daughters? They want to go on strict diet, they want to do like crazy exercises because they want to look like all those influencers. Yeah, that
Yes,
is a
yes,
very serious problem. I was quite shocked because they are just teenagers.
yes.
Teenagers, yeah, they just keep thinking that, oh, I want to look like all these fitness influencers. So that is quite a it is a very serious problem that we are
Yes.
facing, especially like young adults are very influenced and manipulated by all these influencer. um I think they just need to understand that, but like that doesn't having that six pack body doesn't define who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, come back to why you actually want it. Yeah. So I actually did talk to the daughter of my client. I actually talked to her and I asked her, why do you want it? So then I just keep asking questions. And at the end of the day, I found out that the reason she wanted the six pack body or the fitness influencer body is not because that she wanted that, but it was because she was bullied in school. Yeah.
Okay.
So you need to find out why she was bullied in school, and because she has very low self confidence. So you need to, instead of changing your body, you probably have to start thinking about changing your mindset. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, of course, everybody wants to look good, right? But you really need
Mhm.
to find out what is the reason that you want to do something. That is
Mhm.
very important, because if not, you will keep going into a cycle of um, uh, body dysmorphia. You will keep thinking that you are not good enough and all that. Yeah, you need to find out who you are, what you want to become first. That is very important. Yeah. Exercise wise is, of course, it's going to be very good to help you to achieve your goal. Like
Mhm.
myself, for example, right? The reason why I started fitness was because I have very low self-esteem and I wanted to look good.
Mhm.
Okay. So because everybody wants to look good, let's face it, everybody wants to look
Yes.
good. It's a
Everyone. Yeah.
natural human behavior. You need to acknowledge that if you really have that problem, you acknowledge the problem that I have um, body image issue, I have low self-confidence, therefore I should take steps to improve myself. I
Mhm.
want to improve is for myself, not because I want to improve because I want to look like somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is very important to figure out actually why you want to do it. Yeah, of course,
Mhm.
once you figure out already, definitely there's a lot of exercises that can help you to achieve that result that you want. Yeah, I hope I
Thank you,
understand the
Josephine.
question.
Yes, yes, you did. At least you did mention on how that we should change our mindset first,
Mm,
understand our body goals. So I think the greatest takeaway from this will be to understand your body goals first, rather than comparing yourself to certain
Yourself, yeah.
influencer,
You want to make
and
sure that you do it for yourself and it's
yeah.
not because you're just comparing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And but that is very true. And also now, as we change, the world is also changing already, trying to accept all type of body types. And this is where it comes to certain people. It actually, I was talking to a few of my friends, and they, some of them are already overweight in that extent already, and of course, we are accepting them, but they should also, how do I say, understand that at this point of time, it's not really about your body, but your health wise. It's not
Yes.
totally okay, and I really feel like they should really bring into the fitness mindset in this, that they are not working out to fulfill other person, but it's all about taking care of your health and your body. Now, maybe Miss Josephine, as a personal trainer yourself, or during the phase of being a trainer and building your physiques at that time, do you personally have encountered any such body image stereotyping as a fitness coach? Let's say, for instance, because people in the Western community and all, they have like certain very bulky muscles, but that's, I believe that is because of genetics and just the body type of a Eurasian is. But do you personally have confronted any such body stereotyping in the
Yeah,
industry?
definitely. Definitely there is. Especially myself, like when I'm competing for competition, I usually look very lean. So when I look very lean that time, like people will say, wow, Josephine, you are so good, like because you have six packs and all this stuff. And when I'm not competing, I actually just want to live a healthy lifestyle. I just want to be healthy and just want to keep myself fit because I know, like what I told you just now, right? That if my body fat is too low, it's not good for my health. So I want
True.
to just go back to normal and healthy body fat level. So people do question me sometimes that, oh, like Josephine, why are you not looking like you used to? Why are you not having six pack right now? So that actually did bother me at one
Mhm.
point, but I just need to find the reason. I just need to explain to people why am I doing that. So having the knowledge is very important so that you can tell people about like what is the reason that you are doing that. Me not having a six pack doesn't mean that I am not fit. It doesn't mean that I am not healthy. A
True.
lot of my friends also who are trainers, a lot of them actually face the same issue too. Like you say, you see all the fitness influencers
Yeah, yes.
from the West, especially, they
Mhm.
always look so good, right? But you have to take a step back and understand what lifestyle they are living. A lot of
Mhm.
all these influencers, their lifestyle is very unhealthy. Yeah,
Mhm.
they probably like diet very, very, very hard, very strict. They exercise like 3, 4 hours a day just to get that, just to maintain their body. And a lot of time, because of their very strict routine and diet, they are not able to have the good relationship with their friends and with their family because you just don't have time, or
Yeah.
you're not able to enjoy the food and the fun together with them. So yeah, all these things, you just need to understand whether this is something that you want to sacrifice. Yeah, it's not everything that we see in social media, not everything is actually real. Yeah,
Yes, that's
it's
very
not
true.
real. A lot of
Mhm.
time, all these people look so happy, look so proud in front of the camera, in front or on their pictures or on their videos. But the truth is, behind they're probably struggling. So we need to understand that as soon as we know what we are doing, then that's good enough. And I also want to point out back just now, the previously you talk about you have friends who are obese,
Oh yeah, obese. Yeah.
that thing, right? Actually, I want to say something that
Yes,
makes
true,
me
true.
sometimes very speechless too, because a
Mhm.
lot of, especially because uh the new feminism, People
Mm-hmm.
encourage this thing about feminism that, oh, okay, we are feminists, therefore we don't care about what people think about our body image. It is, I love my body, I'm okay with myself being obese. I disagree with all this, because if you love your body, then you will not put your body into a situation that is unhealthy.
Yeah.
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 So I always disagree with that. Like, um, the truth is, it's human nature to want to be beautiful. It's
Mm-hmm.
in every living things have that natural instinct of wanting to be beautiful. Why a peacock is so beautiful, right? Because they need to attract their mates. So same goes to human. It's the same biological hormone effect that you everybody wants to look good. If you are
Yeah.
so denial, actually that is a problem in my opinion. Yeah, if you're so denial, that is become very egoistic already. So you really need to think again, like, I will try to talk to my friends who thinks like that,
Yeah.
and try to get them back on track, because yes, it's good to love yourself, but then you're not loving your health anymore, and your health is one of the most important thing.
That's true.
So it just doesn't make sense at all.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So and that's very, thank you for actually telling us that. I think it's very important for people to know how to differentiate between a healthy body, a healthy you, and a healthy mind, rather than just trying to get fit into the new feminism,
Yeah.
which is not all so true. You need to understand your body and what how you can achieve your body goals. Um, and before I move on to the final question, there's a lot of comments that came in. I'm just going to read one by one. Alfred Fu has said, hi, Yamaya. Hi, Jojo. Hi, Alfred. Thank you for
Hi.
joining today's session. Also, Captain K. Shugin, thank you for joining. He has sent an applaud. I think he found this session interesting. Recent Lim have responded to your answer that you have kept earlier. She told, I see. I have been doing it for a while now. Of course, I felt my tummy flattened and muscles toned and burning some weights, but now it's like a routine now without realizing the muscles are not building further. Weightlifting will be next, then thank you.
Yay.
And that's a great takeaway for her. And the next question came was from Tivya Sandanasamy. She have asked, hi, is it a good to fast with only water once a week?
Yeah, this is a good question. I think once a week is good, is fine. Yeah, and again, you must try it yourself. There is no such thing called as good or bad. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
nobody can tell you that. No experts can actually tell you that. It really depends from body type to body type. So, Divya, if it's okay for you, you feel good after the water fasting, then do it. Means that it's good for you. Another person who try the water fasting, they might not feel good. Like, they might get a gastric or
Yeah.
something else, right? So then that the water fasting is not suitable for that person. So that is no right and wrong. So try it on yourself. If you feel good, then you can continue doing it. And once a week is no problem. Yeah, it's not going to have any side effect to it. Yeah. Mm.
Thank you so much. In fact, I too just learned that there's this method. Thank you so much, Divya, for the question, and I hope Ms. Josephine have answered your question. And I think that's all from the audience. If you guys have any comments, feel free to drop it in the commentary box. Jonah Sia have said, hi guys. Hi Jonah, thanks for
Hi,
joining our
Jonah. Thank
session.
you for
Okay,
coming.
with that, I've already took up 1 hour of your time, Miss, but I have one last question.
No
Just as
worries.
yeah, just as much as we have gone through about the fitness and nutrition and the basic fundamentals, now especially during this time of pandemic. Let's come back to the COVID-19 and the pandemic have made all of us to sit at home, getting into financial crisis, mental health crisis, we are emotionally down. And I believe I've been seeing fitness is one of a great way. In fact, many people have started, the push-up challenge and all of this to instill people positivity in people's mind. Now, how would you advise or give maybe just some tips to people on what they can do in the form of maybe how they can plan a maybe a budgeted nutrition, especially during this time of financial crisis, and maybe what type of basic workouts that they can do on a everyday basis for those who are at home right now. Or and that would be my first question. The second one would be for those who are planning to do weightlifting. The gym is closed now, so as a Kickstarter pack, what can they do at home?
Okay. So for your first question first, so what exercise, was it? Nutrition,
Budgeted
right? You were
and yeah,
talking
budgeted
budgeted
nutrition.
nutrition, budgeted meal. Actually, anything.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like anything that you can find that is cheap, that is whole
Mm-hmm.
food, that is natural. Okay. So as soon as you are not eating instant noodles, all this packaging food, for example, like cookies, biscuits, and all this stuff, yeah, then do not eat fast food. Yeah, even though fast food is cheap, try not to eat fast food. So you can actually get like chicken quite cheap. You can get eggs, vegetables, and your rice or noodles, all this stuff. So remember just now I taught you all about like the portion size.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just need to make sure that you fulfill that portion. Actually, it doesn't matter,
Mm-hmm.
like it doesn't matter how much money you pay for it. So what I'm trying to say is you don't have to eat avocado to be healthy. You
Yeah,
don't have
extra
to.
brain gain.
Yeah,
Quite
because we watch on
expensive.
the Instagram, it's like everybody is
Yes.
posting like
Mm-hmm.
sourdough bread. Like you
Yes.
don't need to eat sourdough bread. Instead, you can just get a normal white, like normal bread. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
white bread will be fine. White bread is fine if you're only eating 1 2 slices a day. Of course, it's not encouraged for you to eat the whole loaf, right? So if you have a um, diabetes or blood sugar problem and all this, you can choose to get the wholemeal bread. That is fine. You don't need to get fancy bread because there's not going to be much difference. Yeah, so you can get cheap bread or rice with eggs, and yeah, that's good enough. Like for example, breakfast, you see the Instagrammers will be
Yeah.
posting like sourdough bread with um, a very nice posh egg with
Yes.
avocado. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so but keep in mind you need that portion size, right? One
Mm-hmm.
third, one third, one third. So you just need to take out your plate, put a piece of bread there, an egg, as soon as able to fill up that one
Just
third, and then put
yeah,
some
one to.
vegetables. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
vegetables you do not have to get salad because salad is very expensive.
True.
So all you need to
Things
you
are
just
just
get
getting
your kangkong
expensive.
and
Yeah.
sawi, that's fine.
Yes.
Kangkong and sawi is fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
just any vegetables because vegetables is a vegetables and the meat is a meat. Yeah, so just find whatever that you can afford. Yeah, I understand. Even for myself, I'm also like, I also have to keep my budget, right? So what I
Mm-hmm.
eat is usually whatever I told you. In the morning, I'll just eat a piece of bread, eggs, and then, some fruits or vegetables, and that's all. In the afternoon, I will just eat um, a small portion of rice, a
Mm-hmm.
piece of chicken breast, okay, any chicken, just without the skin, and then I have my vegetables. Same goes to my dinner. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so you just need to choose whatever can fit into your budgets. It's very easy.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you really cannot cook at home, right? Probably you might need to order outside or go and get a delivery or pick up.
Yeah.
You know
Mm-hmm.
how we always go to like it's very easy for us to find mixed rice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so mixed rice, you can just go to the shop and pick up whatever. You just need to make sure that you get enough protein, you have some vegetables, and a small portion of rice. Then that is a very nutritious meal already. Yeah, so that's it.
Thank you so
So
much, Ms
that is
Josephine.
the easy part about nutrition. Actually, it's very easy and
Yes.
it can be like very cheap if you know how to choose. Yeah. Mm.
Mhm. Because some of
And
us get into this idea that if we purchase this avocado and then when I go and see, oh my goodness, the price is just increasing. I mean,
yes.
it really depends. Of course, not at all time we are able to eat good food. That
Mm.
we have to be real about this because the financial crisis is increasing really bad,
Yes.
and at the more worse it gets, the more that we are budgeting almost every single thing. In fact, our consumption too. So maybe what you have shared would be an advantage for many during this time.
Yeah, it is. So, um, like I mentioned just now, avocado is just oil, right?
Yeah.
So you don't need the avocado. Yeah,
Yeah.
just remove the avocado. It's just way too expensive. You even buy oil. I know some people want to live a very healthy life. They want to buy olive oil. If you are
Mhm.
on a budget, you don't need the olive oil.
True.
Okay, you can just get normal oil. As soon as you keep the portion in control, it's not going to have a bad effect to your body. Yeah, so it's just about controlling. You know that food is um that ingredient is not very good. You
True.
just reduce it. You reduce the, yeah, how much you want to use it. That's it. Yeah, you don't have to buy expensive food.
Okay, that would be a great tip sharing, Ms. Josephine, especially during this time pandemic. How about the second question about the basic starter pack of weightlifting they can do at home? Especially for those considering to start off weightlifting.
Yeah. So if you want to start weightlifting, I would say start by doing body weights workout first. If you're a total beginner, right, start with body weight workout because since it's MCO,
Mm-hmm.
we cannot go to the gym,
Yeah,
and I don't advise you to immediately buy all those dumbbells and stuff at home. So
yeah.
how you want to start is by just doing body weights workout at home. You can find it very easily on the internet if you
Mm-hmm.
know any body weights workout. So try that first, and yeah. So once you feel like it's getting easy, just like Racine's case, it's getting too easy already. I don't see
Yeah.
any uh, changes anymore. It become a routine
Mm-hmm.
already. Then
Yeah.
only you start considering, oh, maybe I want to invest in a resistant band. Maybe I want to
Mm-hmm.
invest in a pair of dumbbell. Yeah, so that's how you start. Mm. And of
Okay.
course, if you really do not know what to do, just
Mm-hmm.
ask a trainer. A lot of trainers are offering online classes, so you can start by doing that. Hire a coach who can coach you
Yeah.
online. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would really agree with that last part, Ms. Husband, to hire a coach to at least advise you on the basic knowledge on what is very important. Because if you don't have that, I believe you will be one of me who simply jumped into a certain part of fitness, and then I questioned myself for a long time, why is my body not changing? I mean, if you are facing the same situation, then please. And of course, Ms. Husband, before we end this session, I would love you if you could. I would love to hear. Um, Alongside with all the audiences, what are the current online classes that you're offering during this pandemic session? Maybe they could reach out to you, they could contact you, and gain some benefits during the pandemic.
Yeah. So during the pandemic, I have shifted from physical class, training
Mm-hmm.
clients in the gym and in the studio to online. So
Mm-hmm.
I do offer online coaching. Yeah. So if you're interested, you can always contact me. I also do offer a free consultation actually.
Yeah,
So I always like to do that. I like to talk to people just to identify what is your problem because that's what I believe. I need to understand you first, what you need, then only I can give you a good plan. So
true.
yeah, you can contact me anytime, like for a free consultation. Yeah. Then after that, if you are interested, then only we can plan a program for you. So I either do like online coaching program,
Mm-hmm.
or I do also like Zoom session, one-to-one session, and group session also. Yeah.
Okay, so I hope that to those of you, we had many viewers coming in and a lot of loves and likes. Thank you so much for joining our session. Thank you so much for sharing the comments. And if you guys are interested to take up Miss Josephine class, please do approach her. I'll be leaving her Facebook and Instagram account link, and you can directly inbox her through that. With that, I think no more questions from the viewers. Thank you so much, Ms. Josephine, for your time and for sharing it with us a lot of wonderful tips, which will be very insightful. I believe many of them, it would have been an advantage for many. And we are truly looking forward to have you again in our upcoming sessions with a lot. I have a lot of more questions regarding when it comes to fitness and nutrition, but unfortunately, time does not allow us. So, with that, we would end this session. Thank you so much, dear viewers.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Yamaya. Thank you for inviting me to today's session. I'll definitely be interested to come for another session. Just let me know.
It will be a pleasure to us too to have you. It was very insightful, and I think many would have agreed. To those of you, if you have further comments, likewise I said, feel free to directly text or PM Ms. Josephine. She could help you out from to achieve your body goals. With that, I'm going to end the broadcast session. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.